The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority operates heavy rail, light rail and bus transit services in the Boston metropolitan area, collectively referred to as the Rapid Transit Subway or T-System. The colored rail trunk lines consist of 3 heavy rail lines, red, orange and blue, 1 branch light rail system, green, and a short light rail line, the Ashmont-Mattapan high-speed line, colored as part of the red line. All except the Ashmont-Mattapan line operate in tunnels in the downtown area, but no route operates entirely underground. Only 26 out of the system's 133 stations are located underground. The section of the Tremont Street subway between Park Street and Boylston Street stations on the Green Line opened in 1897, making it the oldest transit subway in the United States still in use. Only the short-lived Beach Pneumatic Transit Demonstration Line in New York City was built before. Opened in September 1897, the 4-track-wide segment of the Green Line tunnel between Park Street and Boylston stations was the first subway in the United States and has been designated a National Historic Landmark. The downtown portions of what are now the Green, Orange, Blue and Red Line tunnels were all in service by 1912. Additions to the rapid transit network occurred in most decades of the 900s and continue in the 2000s with the addition of Silver Line bus rapid transit and planned Green Line expansion. Streetcar congestion in downtown Boston led to the establishment of subways and elevated rail, the former in 1897 and the later in 1901. The Tremont Street subway was the first rapid transit tunnel in the United States. The Great Separated Railways added transportation capacity while avoiding delays caused by intersections with cross streets. The first elevated railway and the first rapid transit line in Boston were built 3 years before the first underground line of the New York City subway, but 34 years after the first London Underground lines and long after the first elevated railway in New York City. Various extensions and branches were added to the subway lines at both ends, bypassing more surface tracks. As grade separated lines were extended, street-running lines were cut back for faster downtown service. The last elevated heavy rail, or EI interstation segments in Boston, with the exception of the Red Line's still active elevated tracks, connecting Charles MGH Station over Charles Circle to the Longfellow Bridge at the Cambridge Tunnel's northern portal, were at the extremities of the Orange Line. Its northern end was relocated in 1975 from Everett to Malden, MA, and its southern end was relocated into the Southwest Corridor in 1987. However, the Green Line's Causeway Street elevated remained in service until 2004, when it was relocated into a tunnel with an incline to reconnect to the Lechmere Viaduct. The Lechmere Viaduct and a short section of steel-framed elevated at its northern end remain in service, through the elevated section will be cut back slightly and connected to a northwards viaduct extension in 2017 as part of the Green Line extension. The rapid transit lines consist of 3 heavy lines, 2 light rail lines and an underground bus rapid transit line. The traditional heavy rail lines include the Blue Line, which is a former trolley line running from Revere to downtown Boston, the Orange Line, which was converted from an elevated line running from Roxbury to Malden, and the Red Line running from Cambridge to either Ashmont or Braintree. The light rail lines include 4 Green Line branches which terminate in Brighton, Brooklyn, Newton and Roxbury, and the solely Red Line linked Mattapan high-speed line. All 4 subway lines cross downtown, forming a quadrilateral configuration, and the Orange and Green Lines, which run approximately parallel in that district, also connect directly at 2 stations just north of downtown. The Red Line and Blue Line are the only pair of subway lines which don't have a direct transfer connection to each other. Because the various subway lines don't consistently run in any given compass direction, it is customary to refer the line directions as inbound or outbound. Inbound trains travel towards the 4 downtown transfer stations, South Station, North Station, Park Street and Downtown Crossing, and outbound trains travel away from these hub stations. The Green Line has 4 branches in the west: D. Boston College, C. Cleveland Circle, D. Riverside and E. Heath Street. The A branch formerly went to Watertown, filling in the north to south letter assignment pattern, and the E branch formerly continued beyond Heath Street to Arbor Way. The Red Line has two branches in the Sound. Ashmont or Braintree, named after their terminal stations. Originally, transit lines in the region only used geographic names, though numbering was added to public maps in 1936. The three heavy rail lines were assigned numbers 1, 2 and 3. What is now the Green Line was assigned different numbers for each branch. However, riders generally continued to use the geographic names. Colors were assigned on August 26, 1965 as part of a wider modernization under design standards developed by Cambridge 7 Associates, and have served as the primary identifier for the lines since then. The MBTA rapid transit system consists of 133 stations, with another 7 in construction as part of the Green Line extension project in Somerville. The MBTA is in the process of replacing its entire fleet of Red Line and Orange Line cars, which are some 30 years old by 2023. The Blue Line cars were replaced in 2008. The Green Line has a variety of vehicles, some dating back to 1986, with the latest batch delivered in 2019. The 4 transit lines all use standard rail gauge, but are otherwise incompatible. Blue Line trains can run on Orange Line tracks, but can't be used for revenue service because the two lines have different platform heights. Orange Line cars are too long to negotiate the tight turns of the Blue Line. However, this limited compatibility has been taken advantage of. When new Blue Line cars were delivered from Siemens Transportation in 2007, the Red Line is incompatible with the Orange and Blue Lines, as its cars are wider and use yet another platform height. The Green Line is incompatible with the other subway lines due to having a different propulsion system. There are no direct track connections between lines, except between the Red Line and Ashmont-Mattapan high-speed line, but all except the Blue Line have little used connections to the national rail network, which have been used for deliveries of rail cars and supplies. The monthly Link Pass, which includes unlimited travel on rapid transit and bus, costs $90 per month. Daily and weekly passes are available at $12.75 and $22.50 respectively, and discounts are provided to seniors and high school students. Children up to 11 years old ride free when accompanied by an adult, limit 3. Total number of lines is 3 heavy rail, Red Line, Orange Line, Blue Line, 2 light rail, Green Line, Ashmont-Mattapan high-speed line. Total number of stations is 133, 6 under construction. Annual ridership is 352,519,591 of passengers in 2014. Total system length is 78 miles.